Inflation in Israel tops 5%, which is modest compared to everybody else, but it is still the highest since 2008. And the key rate was lifted 2%, but it went up by a 3/4 point increase, which was the biggest in 2 decades. Amir Yaron is the governor of the Bank of Israel. He joins me now. He's with me in New York. Governor, we get a rare chance to ask you, when you discuss this with your colleagues and make the decision, what's the thinking? Why these front-loading to such an extent? To those of us on the outside, it seems like you're telling us this is bad and going to get worse.
Richard, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. We know Israel has had past experience. We know that inflation in general is a tax. It's a drag on the economy once it starts spiraling up. It particularly hurts the weaker economic segments of society, and therefore we are determined to bring it back into our target range of inflation. It's between 1% and 3%. Israel, as you mentioned, Israel is in a good economic situation. Our growth rate for Q2 was 6.8%. At 21, we ended with 8.2% growth. We have a very tight labor market. Actually, government surplus. We have government surpluses. So the hike of 75 basis points that you've mentioned is appropriate, given the economic conditions. And I think it's important to have these principles of making sure you curb inflation. Front-loading seems to make the war with inflation more efficient. And these are also things that you've heard in Jackson Hole, and I think every country has to obviously apply them in their particular context.
Right, but let me jump in here, Governor, because in the press release this last week, as you say, the chapter headings are: economic activity is strong, the labour market is tight, activity is strong, house prices up 17.8% over the last 18 months. The point is, the economy is robust, and therefore, I wonder how high do you think you will have to go to be restrictive, since I'm assuming that's what is necessary in terms of policy?
It's a very good question, and obviously we're all working with a wide array of uncertainties, whether oil prices are coming down, how fast will supply chain will improve. But nonetheless, if you look at our forecasts and more of the professional forecasts, we see inflation coming down back to the target of 3% towards the summer of 23. Gradually, it's going to hover around 4.5–5% until the end of 22. That's what forecasters are looking at. And therefore, to be restrictive, we're going to have to have we're going to have to have the interest rate at the vicinity of 3 or 3+, to have that inflation really come towards, to such that inflation will be back in the target, indeed, towards the summer of 23.
What do you say to those, and I'm thinking of the US here, which has a 2% inflation target, but you're in the middle. Let's say you get to 4%. And their economic pain is there in Israel, and there are real problems, and people are hurting. Will you pivot? Will you weaken? Will you make that? I mean, this is what the fear is in the Fed, that they'll get inflation down to 4 or 5%, and that they will bulk during the last 2 or 3%. What do you say, sir?
I think it's very important to bring the inflation back to the target within each country. We know the experience going back to Volcker that if you start lowering inflation and you sort of stop, it can come back and indeed come back with a vengeance, and you have to pay a higher price down the road. And that's part of that principle, front-loading, that in fact there is a pain. We understand it. We understand it in Israel. Mortgage payers and others, the rise in interest rate is a pain. But we are doing these rate hikes to avoid a much greater pain down the road.
And the Israeli economy, which of course is at the centre of innovation and technology, particularly new fintech and high tech and all of these sort of things. But if we're seeing technology companies being routed in the market, as we are, does that have an effect, do you think? Do you think that harms the domestic industry that you have in Israel, or is it just innovation that's going to win through come the day?
Certainly, the high-tech industry has been the locomotive part of our economic train, and we certainly look at it very, very carefully. And what I think is, if you compare it to, say, 2001 or the dot-com decline, there are certainly corrections now that are happening on the technology side. Some of them are welcomed corrections, and in the micro, there are going to be companies that are definitely going to get hurt. But when we look from a macro perspective, our high-tech sector is much more formidable. It is diversified. It is much more mature. Over 60% of the companies actually have some kind of a product. So they're not just at that dream stage. And therefore, we think, even though technology has received some of the bigger corrections due to the changes in the market, we still see the high-tech sector having the ability to absorb these economic changes.
Governor, thank you. I will say, as I always do in these occasions, I look forward to Quest Means Business from Tel Aviv. Hopefully in the next 12 months we will be there to do the program and to see you there, sir.
Thank you very much.